The world is full of all kinds of terrifying creatures, from snakes to insects and much more. While most of us are familiar with dangerous creatures from the safety of zoos, encountering one in its natural habitat is a completely different experience. In this video, we'll introduce some of the most dangerous animals in the world and how they interact with humans. And believe me when I say, you'll be terrified. Get ready to discover what makes these creatures so formidable and why we should approach them not just with great respect, but with extreme caution. These are 24 of the most mysterious animals in the world. But before we begin, subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Now let's get started. Number 1, the diamondback rattlesnake. The diamondback rattlesnake, often called the Texas diamondback, is one of the most dangerous venomous snakes found in the southern United States and parts of Mexico. These snakes are well known for their aggressive nature and are not afraid to defend themselves when threatened. They shake their rattles as a warning, but if ignored, you could end up bitten by one of these deadly creatures. In July 2017, a woman named Kat Terry encountered one of these rattlesnakes in Florida while walking. She spotted the huge snake stretched across a 2-lane road. In her footage, she noted that the snake occupied almost 3/4 of the lane's width. If she hadn't been careful, she could have stepped on it when exiting her vehicle. Diamondback rattlesnakes are equipped with venom that can be lethal. Their venom is a potent hemotoxin that destroys red blood cells and causes severe tissue damage. Immediate medical attention is crucial in case of a bite to prevent fatal consequences. The aggressive nature of this snake and the danger it represents make it one you should definitely avoid when exploring the wild. Number 2, green anaconda. When it comes to scary creatures, it's hard to beat the intimidating presence of a snake, especially one like the green anaconda, known as one of the largest and heaviest snake species on the planet. The green anaconda certainly lives up to its fearsome reputation. This titan can grow over 7 meters, 23 feet long, and weigh around 275 kilo or 606 lds, and that's just for individuals measured in captivity. Who knows how large they can really grow in the wild? Green anacondas are top predators in their environment with no natural enemies. What's particularly impressive about these creatures is their feeding strategy. Their jaws can stretch, allowing them to swallow prey whole, regardless of size. If you encounter an anaconda with a swollen midsection, it's simply digesting its last meal, which can take weeks. Green anacondas are extremely versatile, thriving in rivers, forests, and even climbing trees. While they generally avoid humans unless provoked, it's always wise to keep your distance. Remember, they're in control of their territory, and you are just a visitor in their world. Number 3, a terrifying encounter with a giant snake. In many tropical regions like South America and Africa, stories of enormous reptiles are common. Whether in blurry photos or bizarre reports, we've all heard outlandish tales. But one encounter stands out. In 1959, Colonel Remy van Leerde, a Belgian Air Force pilot during World War II, experienced something extraordinary. While at an airbase in Kamina, Congo, returning from a mission, he spotted a massive creature emerging from a hole in the ground. Curious, he circled and descended with his helicopter to investigate. To his shock, he saw a gigantic snake nearly 15 meters, 49 feet long, making it one of the largest ever recorded. The tension rose when the snake raised its head about 3 meters, 10 feet into the air, seemingly ready to strike. Despite the danger, Colonel van Leerde managed to take some photos of the creature. Experts who analyzed the images agreed they were authentic. The snake's coloration led some to believe it could have been a giant anaconda, though being in Congo added a layer of mystery. This encounter certainly raises the question, what other creatures might be hiding in nature waiting to be discovered? Number 4, Papuan python. In Indonesia, a tragic and shocking story occurred when a 26-year-old man named Akbar went missing after going out to harvest palm oil on his family's farm. Neighbors reported hearing screams and sounds of a struggle that night, prompting an investigation. Not far from the farm, authorities discovered a massive 9-meter, 30-foot Papuan python. The snake had a noticeable bulge in its stomach, appearing to have recently consumed something very large. Upon opening the snake, they made a horrifying discovery. The man was inside. This tragic encounter between humans and wildlife highlights the dangers present in places like Indonesia, where human settlements meet vast tropical forests. These forests host a wide variety of wildlife, including dangerous predators like tigers and giant snakes. Accelerating deforestation only increases the chances of human-wildlife encounters. With the growing populations of species like the Papuan python and ongoing human expansion, it's essential that both wildlife and people learn to coexist to reduce such devastating encounters. Number 5. African rock python. The African rock python, native to sub-Saharan Africa, is one of the world's most formidable snakes, known for its massive size and strength. This constrictor uses its powerful coils to suffocate prey. Unlike other pythons, African rock pythons are known to induce cardiac arrest in their victims due to the immense pressure they apply. These snakes have also been spotted far beyond their native range, including in Florida swamps, where they are part of efforts to control invasive Burmese pythons. While Burmese pythons are infamous for their ability to dominate alligators, African rock pythons are even more aggressive. They do not hesitate to attack, with one scientist describing them as born to strike immediately after hatching. Unfortunately, the aggressive nature of this snake has led to tragic incidents. In 2013, a 20-foot African rock python escaped its enclosure in Canada, traveling through air ducts and falling from the ceiling onto 2 young boys. The next morning, the boys were found unconscious, with the snake still nearby. Incidents like these are not isolated. In 2002, a 10-year-old boy was killed and swallowed by an African rock python in Africa, and in 1999, a 3-year-old boy was strangled in Illinois by one of these deadly snakes. Number 6. Scrub python in Queensland. Australia is famous for its wildlife, and the scrub python is no exception. Recently, a massive scrub python was spotted in a natural park in Queensland's rainforest. These pythons can reach up to 25 feet, 7.6 meters long, though it's rare to see one of this size. In this case, park rangers were driving when they initially thought they saw a fallen tree branch. Upon closer inspection, they realized they were looking at a huge snake, which can be surprisingly stealthy in the dense rainforest. The python was about 16 feet, 4.9 meters long, still an impressive size for this species. If I were in the ranger's place and saw a branch suddenly start moving, I'm sure I'd leave immediately. These pythons are non-venomous, using their size and strength to overpower prey. While they generally avoid human contact, encounters with these giants can be unsettling, especially when they appear out of nowhere in such remote areas. Number 7. The surprise boa. At a Red Lobster restaurant in North Carolina, staff were in for a big surprise when they found a 22-foot boa hiding in the trees behind the restaurant. This is certainly not something you'd expect during a lunch break. Boas native to South America aren't found in the wild in the US unless they were kept as exotic pets. Boas are a popular choice for those seeking a unique pet, but when they grow too large or are no longer wanted, they are sometimes abandoned. When authorities arrived to capture the snake, they found it was not aggressive. Instead, it was just trying to crawl away to find a safer place. Despite the initial shock to staff, the snake was harmless and more interested in escaping than attacking. While boas are known for their size and strength, they generally pose no threat unless provoked or feeling threatened. If you encounter one, the best advice is to stay calm, give the snake space, and let it move along. Number 8. Black cayman. The black cayman, a massive crocodilian found in the Amazon rainforest, is one of the region's most feared predators. These powerful reptiles are the largest predators in the Amazon, capable of taking on almost any animal that crosses their path. While they may not be the longest predators, they lead in terms of sheer mass and strength. The nearly black skin of the black cayman allows it to blend perfectly into the murky Amazon waters, making it almost impossible to detect until it's too late. These stealth hunters are most active at night, ambushing prey from the water. Unlike other predators that kill with a quick bite, black caymans usually drag their victims underwater to drown them before devouring them. They can take on large mammals, fish, and even other predators. If you're near Amazonian waters, be cautious. You might not see a black cayman until it's too late. Number 9. Goliath tarantula. Spiders already scare many people, but when you hear about the Goliath tarantula, you'll understand why it tops the list of the most terrifying spiders. Known as the largest spider by weight, the Goliath can grow up to 13 cm, 5 inches in length and weigh up to 175 grams, 6 ounces, with females generally being larger. Despite its intimidating name, the Goliath doesn't feed exclusively on birds, although it is certainly capable of taking down small birds. Its diet mainly consists of insects, rodents, and amphibians. On rare occasions, it may eat a bird, but it is more likely to ambush smaller, easier prey. The Goliath is native to the tropical forests of South America, where it spends most of its time hidden in burrows. While its size and venomous bite can make it dangerous, the Goliath is generally not a threat to humans. However, its immense size and the fear it inspires make it one of the most terrifying insect world creatures. Number 10. Yellow anaconda. One of the largest snakes in the world, the yellow anaconda can be found in the wetlands of South America. While not as famous as its larger cousin, the green anaconda, the yellow variety still commands respect. In Altamira, Brazil, workers at a construction site were shocked when they discovered a huge yellow anaconda measuring 10 meters, 33 feet long and weighing 400 kilo, 882 lbs. A crane was required to lift this massive creature from the debris. Although yellow anacondas are not venomous, they are still deadly. Like other constrictors, they use their strength to coil around prey and suffocate it. In the wild, they primarily hunt in water, ambushing and drowning their victims, including capybaras. The massive size and strength of these snakes make them a formidable force in their environment, capable of taking down much larger prey, including humans, if the opportunity arises. Number 11. Indian python. On Penang Island in Malaysia, construction workers encountered an extraordinary scene while working on a viaduct in Peter Buang. An 8-meter, 26-foot Indian python was discovered, and it took about 30 minutes for the workers to capture it. The team, experienced in handling snakes, provided food and water to the python before releasing it back into the wild. Unfortunately, just 3 days later, the snake died after giving birth. This was an unusual death for a python, as it is rare for them to die after giving birth. An investigation revealed that one of the workers had accidentally kicked the snake during capture, likely causing internal injuries that contributed to its death. The Indian python, known for its size and strength, is a powerful constrictor capable of taking down large prey. While these snakes are generally not aggressive toward humans, encounters like this remind us of the power and unpredictability of these magnificent creatures. Number 12. Burmese python. Florida is famous for its sunny beaches and theme parks, but it also hides a much more dangerous secret, the Burmese python. These non-native snakes were introduced to the state after their natural habitat was destroyed by a hurricane in 1992. Since then, they have established a breeding population in the Everglades, causing serious ecological problems. In recent years, hunters in Florida have captured Burmese pythons that can grow up to 5.5 meters, 18 feet, long and weigh over 60 kilos, 132 lbs. One particularly shocking discovery was a pregnant python carrying 73 eggs. While these snakes are not inherently dangerous to humans, their presence in Florida has led to dramatic declines in native wildlife populations. Burmese pythons are formidable predators, attacking mammals, birds, and even reptiles. With no natural predators in Florida, they continue to thrive, wreaking havoc on the ecosystem. As a result, Florida has authorized year-round hunting of these snakes in an attempt to control their numbers, but the damage to local fauna has already been significant. Number 13. Reticulated python. The reticulated python is one of the largest and most powerful snakes in the world. Native to South and Southeast Asia, this giant is known for its impressive swimming abilities, which have allowed it to spread across several small islands in the region. In 2011, one of these snakes made a shocking appearance far from its typical habitat. A 7.7 meter, 25-foot reticulated python weighing an impressive 158 kilo, 348 lbs, was discovered in Kansas City, Missouri. This enormous snake, named Medusa, was adopted by Full Moon Productions and became the longest serpent in captivity. Medusa is not only long, but also a voracious eater. Every 2 weeks, she consumes a diet of rabbits, deer, and even wild boars, consuming up to 18 kilos, 40 lbs of food in a single meal. The presence of this snake serves as a reminder of how unpredictable and impressive nature can be, with creatures like the reticulated python capable of surprising us wherever they end up. Number 14. Golden poison dart frog. The golden poison dart frog, Phyllobates terribilis, is one of the most extraordinary species in the Colombian Amazon. Measuring only 5 centimeters and 2 inches in length, it boasts a bright yellow golden color that seems to glow in sunlight. This coloration is not just aesthetic, it serves as a natural warning to predators that they are dealing with a highly dangerous animal. This strategy, known as aposematism, is common in poisonous species and helps prevent unnecessary attacks, ensuring the frog's survival. The frog's venom is produced in its skin glands and is incredibly potent. A single frog contains enough toxin to kill several humans if ingested or absorbed into the bloodstream. Interestingly, the frog itself is immune to its own poison, an evolutionary adaptation that allows it to carry this chemical weapon without harm. Among local indigenous peoples, the toxin has traditional uses. It was applied to the tips of arrows for hunting. In this way, such a tiny creature played a crucial role in human survival, demonstrating how ecological and cultural knowledge can intertwine with species biology. Beyond its impressive venom, the golden poison dart frog exhibits fascinating behaviors. It is diurnal, active mainly during the day, and spends much of its time on leaves and low vegetation near water sources. Despite its tiny size, it is extremely agile, leaping quickly to escape predators or capture small prey, such as ants, flies, and other tiny insects. Its diet, mainly small arthropods, contributes to its venom production. Chemicals found in certain insects consumed by the frog are metabolized and transformed into batrachotoxins, the potent venom that made it famous. Interestingly, frogs raised in captivity without access to these specific insects do not develop the same toxicity, highlighting the interplay between nature and environment in creating such a sophisticated biological defense. Reproduction is a delicate and intricate process. Males call females with short, repetitive sounds, leading them to humid sites near streams or on leaves over water, where females lay eggs attached to surfaces. After hatching, males often transport the tadpoles to small pools of water, ensuring a safe environment for development. The golden poison dart frog is not only deadly and fascinating, but also plays a vital role in the Colombian Amazon ecosystem. As a predator of small insects, it helps control populations that could become pests, maintaining the forest's natural balance. Its presence indicates a healthy environment, as it depends on very specific conditions of humidity, temperature, and vegetation cover. Unfortunately, this dependency makes the species extremely vulnerable to environmental changes. Deforestation, river pollution, and agricultural expansion are destroying its natural habitats, putting the frog at risk of extinction. Although conservation and captive breeding programs exist, replicating the precise Amazonian environment that allows the frog to maintain its toxicity and natural behavior remains a challenge. Its venom is also of scientific interest. Researchers study its batrachotoxins in hopes of developing new medicines, including potent painkillers and treatments for heart conditions, without severe side effects. Thus, the golden poison dart frog is not only a symbol of danger, but also an extraordinary biological resource where nature and science intersect. Additionally, its social and reproductive behaviors are fascinating. During the breeding season, males become extremely territorial, emitting high-pitched calls to attract females and ward off rivals. These sounds, though faint to humans, resonate through the dense forest vegetation, serving as a sophisticated communication system. Females lay eggs on moist leaves over rivers and streams. When the tadpoles hatch, flowing water carries them to safer aquatic habitats, ensuring higher survival rates. This delicate life cycle shows how every detail of the Amazon ecosystem is interdependent. Without a stable environment, the frog cannot complete reproduction. Locally, indigenous communities recognize the golden poison dart frog as a symbol of power and wisdom. Historically, its venom was used for hunting, but also to teach respect for the forest, reminding people that all life has strength and purpose. For scientists and environmentalists, the species has become a conservation icon, representing the urgent need to protect Amazonian habitats for future generations. Beyond its toxicity and unique reproductive habits, the frog plays a crucial ecological role. Predators quickly learn to avoid it due to its vibrant color and potent venom, which helps maintain the balance of insect populations in its diet. This natural pest control contributes to the overall health of the rainforest, showing that even a tiny creature can have a significant impact impact on the entire ecosystem. Unfortunately, the species faces serious threats. Habitat destruction from deforestation, water pollution, and illegal collection for the exotic pet trade endanger the golden poison dart frog. Wild populations have declined drastically in recent decades, making conservation urgent. International organizations have implemented captive breeding and reintroduction programs to protected areas, ensuring that future generations can experience this living jewel of the Amazon. Researchers also study the chemical composition of its venom, which contains alkaloids with potential medical applications such as anesthetics and treatments for neurological diseases. Thus, the golden poison dart frog is not only an icon of natural beauty, but also a source of scientific knowledge that can benefit humanity. In summary, the golden poison dart frog combines beauty, venom, complex behavior, and ecological and scientific importance, making it one of the most fascinating and significant species on the planet. Its cultural importance is also profound. Indigenous communities in Colombia have centuries of experience observing and interacting with this species. They used its venom for hunting and regarded it as a symbol of care and respect for the forest. Every detail of its bright coloration, behavior, and habitat was observed and passed down through oral traditions. Interestingly, the frog's venom has inspired modern pharmacological research. Scientists study how alkaloids in its skin can be used in chronic pain treatments and therapies for neurological diseases, showing that even the smallest creatures can hold solutions to major human medical challenges. The golden poison dart frog is also a powerful symbol in environmental conservation. Its vulnerability to habitat destruction has made it an unofficial ambassador for preserving the Amazon. Sustainable ecotourism projects include guided visits to areas where the species is protected, promoting awareness and education about the importance of maintaining the delicate ecological balance. Essentially, the golden poison dart frog is much more than a small poisonous creature. It is a link between science, tradition, culture, and environmental preservation, reminding us that even the tiniest forms of nature have immeasurable value. Observing its behavior, the frog is highly territorial. Each individual maintains a small forest area, defending it against intruders of the same species. This strategy ensures enough food, mainly small insects, and protects optimal breeding sites. During mating season, males use their characteristic calls, which sound like small snaps in the forest, to attract females and mark territory. Parental care is also fascinating. After eggs hatch, males often carry tadpoles on their backs, keeping them moist and protected until they can move to safe water pools. This behavior significantly increases offspring survival in an environment full of predators and unpredictable weather. Despite its incredible adaptation, the golden poison dart frog faces major threats. Habitat destruction from deforestation, mining, and agricultural expansion has drastically reduced populations. Additionally, illegal collection for the exotic pet trade adds further pressure. To combat these issues, conservation organizations and research centers implement captive breeding programs, environmental education, and protection of critical forest areas. Thanks to these efforts, future generations may continue to admire this golden jewel of the Amazon, reminding us of the importance of every creature, no matter how small, in the complex web of life. Number 15. Green iguana. At first glance, the green iguana does not seem dangerous. Often seen as a calm and even docile reptile, these creatures are popular pets worldwide. However, the green iguana has become one of the most problematic invasive species in both North and South America. In places like Florida, where people frequently release exotic pets into the wild, green iguanas have found a new home. They reproduce rapidly, and lacking natural predators, their populations have exploded. As a result, they have caused significant damage to ecosystems and local infrastructure. Their activities include uprooting plants, causing erosion, and even damaging structures with their burrows. Controlling this invasive species has become so critical that specific jobs exist dedicated to managing their populations humanely. The rise of the green iguana as an invasive species is a reminder of how even seemingly harmless animals can become ecological threats when introduced into the wrong environment, highlighting the need for responsible pet ownership and better invasive species management. Number 16. Red-bellied piranha. When most people think of piranhas, they immediately imagine vicious, bloodthirsty creatures tearing apart their prey. The red-bellied piranha is often the species that comes to mind, thanks to its fearsome reputation in popular media. Although they have sharp teeth and can become aggressive, the reality of their behavior is more complex. These piranhas are omnivores, meaning their diet is not exclusively meat. They also consume plants and decomposing organic matter. They are often seen as nature's cleanup crew, feeding on dead or dying animals rather than hunting healthy prey. The red-bellied piranha is not the brainless, terrifying predator often portrayed in movies. Instead, they form schools to protect themselves from larger predators and become aggressive only in rare circumstances. Approach them with caution, but remember that the exaggerated fear surrounding piranhas does not fully match their real behavior. Understanding their true nature helps appreciate their role in the ecosystem, reminding us that not all dangerous animals are as fearsome as they seem. Number 17, Amazon River Dolphin. The Amazon River dolphin, also known as Anaia geoffrensis, is an exceptional and remarkable creature. These dolphins are anomalies among dolphins because they live in freshwater rivers instead of the ocean. Growing up to 2.4 meters, 7.8 feet long, they possess a unique pink coloration that distinguishes them from their oceanic relatives. Although their appearance is fascinating, Amazon River dolphins face significant threats due to human activity. Pollution and habitat destruction have caused dramatic declines in their numbers. Once abundant throughout the vast Amazon River system, their future is now uncertain, and conservation efforts are crucial to preserving their habitats and ensuring their survival. These dolphins have no natural predators in the river, but environmental damage challenges the recovery of their population. Efforts continue, but much more work is needed to protect these gentle and beautiful creatures from dangers imposed by human interference. Number 18, Candiru fish. The Candiru fish, a notorious inhabitant of the Amazon River, certainly earns its place on the list of dangerous animals. This small fish is infamous for its parasitic lifestyle, usually attaching to other fish via their gills and feeding on their blood. Candiru can grow up to 40 centimeters, 16 inches, long, though it is usually much smaller, allowing it to infiltrate tight spaces with ease. What makes this fish even more unsettling is the local urban legend. It is believed that the Candiru can swim into the urethra of men urinating in the river. This has made the fish feared even more than many larger predators. Although scientists consider this highly unlikely, the legend persists, adding mystery to the Candiru. Regardless of the myth's truth, the real danger lies in its parasitic behavior, which can cause significant harm to its victims. Anyone venturing into Amazon waters should exercise caution and be aware of the creatures lurking below the surface. Number 19, Spectacled Bear. The Amazon rainforest is home to many fascinating animals, and one of the most surprising residents is the spectacled bear. This is the only bear species native to South America, and despite its impressive presence, sightings are rare. Spectacled bears are technically omnivores, feeding on a varied diet that includes fruits, small animals, and insects. Generally, they are not aggressive toward humans unless provoked. Although they have earned a mixed reputation, much of this fear comes from interactions with humans, especially farmers concerned about their livestock. Unfortunately, this fear has led to hunting, and the spectacled bear is now listed as vulnerable. Fortunately, ongoing conservation efforts aim to protect these creatures and their habitats, with the hope that future generations will continue to appreciate the unique presence of the spectacled bear in nature. While elusive, conservation efforts are crucial for Amazonian biodiversity. Number 20, Amazon jaguars. The jaguar is one of the most formidable and elusive predators of the Amazon rainforest. As the only large feline found in both North and South America, the jaguar stands out for its strength, agility, and stealth. It ranks as the third largest cat in the world after lions and tigers, and is a solitary hunter. Amazonian jaguars are expert swimmers, making them unique among big cats. They hunt fish and are known for their powerful jaws, capable of crushing skulls and shells with ease. Their muscular, sleek bodies and incredible stealth make them one of the most effective hunters in the animal kingdom. Encountering a jaguar in the wild is likely an exhilarating experience, as their precision and speed make them unmatched predators on land or in water. The jaguar reigns as the ultimate apex predator of the Amazon. Number 21, Giant River Otter. The giant river otter is not the first creature that comes to mind when thinking of dangerous wildlife, but these otters are formidable in their own right. As the largest otter species, they can grow up to 1.8 meters, 6 feet long. While not typically aggressive toward humans, these social animals form complex family structures and can be territorial when defending their groups. Recognized by local communities, the giant river otter plays an important ecological role in the Amazon River. Unfortunately, their numbers have declined due to hunting and habitat loss, with fewer than 5,000 individuals remaining in the wild. This highlights the need for stronger conservation efforts. Giant river otters symbolize how human actions can pressure a species, making their protection crucial for future generations. Number 22. Arapaima, the armored giant. The Arapaima, the world's largest freshwater fish, is a giant that commands respect. Growing up to 3 meters, 10 feet long, it is a true powerhouse in its river habitat. But it is not just its size that makes the Arapaima formidable. Its tough, armor-like scales set it apart. These scales act like natural plywood with layers of collagen fibers, offering protection against predators. Despite its heavy armor, the Arapaima is remarkably agile, swimming quickly through the water. Unlike most fish, it must surface regularly to breathe, adding an interesting twist to its behavior and survival strategy. With its combination of strength, size, and adaptability, the Arapaima remains one of the most impressive creatures in freshwater systems worldwide. Number 23. Electric eel. The electric eel, native to the dark, winding waters of the Amazon, is one of the most intriguing creatures in the region. Despite its elongated, relatively simple appearance, it has a truly extraordinary ability, generating electricity. Specialized organs called electroplaques allow it to store and release charges of up to 650 volts, enough to stun prey or kill small aquatic animals. Electricity is used not only for hunting, but also as a defense against predators, creating an effective electric barrier in its natural habitat. Despite this power, the risk to humans is usually limited. A shock can be painful and frightening, but rarely fatal unless a person is fully submerged or in compromised health. This species demonstrates evolutionary ingenuity, combining natural beauty with raw power. Electric eels are predators, but they are also patient, hiding in holes or among submerged vegetation until the right moment to strike prey, which includes fish, amphibians, and small mammals. During hunting, they may emit rapid sequences of electric discharges, stunning and paralyzing prey before consumption. Low voltage discharges are also used to sense their environment, detecting movements and nearby objects, functioning almost like a biological radar. Reproduction is equally fascinating. Females can lay thousands of eggs in nests built in shallow water during the dry season. Hatchlings can already produce small shocks, though their organs need to fully develop to reach maximum potential. The electric eel plays a key role in maintaining the balance of the Amazon ecosystem, controlling fish populations and other small aquatic animals. Communities living along the rivers are well aware of their power, often using it to teach respect for wildlife. Researchers study electric discharges to understand bioelectricity for applications in sensors, medicine, and robotics. Though potentially dangerous, electric eels rarely pose a serious risk to humans. Shocks usually serve as warnings but can be hazardous if someone is in the water with a vulnerable health condition. Their strength, adaptability, and ecological utility make electric eels one of the Amazon's most extraordinary creatures. Number 24. Giant ray. The giant ray is an immense and impressive creature that inhabits rivers and other aquatic environments. Known for its incredible size and mysterious nature, this species can be both fascinating and dangerous. While giant rays usually glide silently through the water, they can become threatening if provoked. The largest giant ray recorded in Asia measured about 4 meters, 13 feet, and weighed over 300 kilos, 660 lbs. Its sting, while not naturally aggressive, can deliver a potent toxin harmful to humans. A sting can even penetrate bone, making it extremely dangerous. Fortunately, these creatures do not have a natural tendency to attack and generally avoid conflict unless they feel cornered. If you encounter one, it is best to admire from a distance and not test its patience. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed our content, subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting videos appearing on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.